What's up, deckheads? Welcome back to MTG with me. It's the Gainswalker. Went ahead and just logged into MTGA, and it looks like there was an update, and they have a banned card list. Maybe they reset the rank already. I'm not sure. We'll have to see once we get in there. But it looks like some of the cards that we keep running into that are a heavy favorite among the other players, at least that I've seen and that have been in my videos. So we'll take a look and see which ones. Looks like Invoke Despair, Fable of the Mirror Breaker, and Reckoner Bankbuster. Those are so commonly and well played. I'm happy to see that they are, though I think of all of them, the only real one that I think should be banned is Invoke Despair. Mirror Breaker, you can definitely play around that. At a normal pace, you play that turn 3, it goes up 1, turn 4, turn 5, it's number 3, and then until turn 6 can you actually use it because it doesn't have haste, unless you have some other way to give all your stuff haste, but then you're forecasting that. So that's not something that I think should be banned, but it's on the list. Invoke Despair, absolutely, 100% should have not been a card ever. That's almost as bad as Phyrexian Obliterator, but you know, there has to be, amazing cards from time to time anyway. This is just way too much. I don't think that should have ever been that good. Bankbuster, I don't think this should be banned. Like, to me, it's crew 3 for a 2-drop. You gotta pay 2 to tap it, remove a counter to draw. And then once you're done with the counters, then it makes 1/1 pilots that tap as though its power were 2 greater, so they could crew something for 3. This card, I don't think that that's bad. I think that that's perfectly fine. Invoke Despair, absolutely. But let's see. It says those cards were banned and some cards were acquired here. Nice, we got 4 rares. That's what I'm talking about. Could use those. I know they have a subset coming up soon, so I want to wait and see what those are and if any of those are standard legal. This is the one I was talking about. It's called Middle Earth. The journey is about to begin. Take a look at the patch notes to help you blah blah blah. Cool, look at that maybe. Probably not. So we're just going to jump into some standard, and now that those cards aren't standard legal, I have a feeling we're just going to fly through a lot of this. The enchantment deck will still be a problem with Calyx. There's probably going to be American Dragons coming out. That might be mixed with the American Prowess deck. You might be able to pull that off. But we'll take a look. We'll see. I'm so happy to hear that those were banned because I hated that. Well, Invoke Despair is just garbage. Like, you just not what I wanted to see. But we shall take a look and see what people are playing now. This is a keep. I've got 2 2-drops and a 3. Yeah, definitely doing that. Audio's a little bit loud on my end. Turn that down a little bit. Alright, so Virtuoso. I mean, we're playing Azuria's. This is probably Azuria's Soldiers. If I had to guess, that would be Azuria's Soldiers. That could be the American Prowess deck still. Starting to see a little something here. So this is in the graveyard. We'll have to try to remove that. I don't have any graveyard removal in it right now, so we'll have to just speed up our tactic and just get as many treasure tokens, try to fill that board state, and get rid of 21, as it stands, 21 life before or 20 more before turn 4 or 5. We want to hit a lot. So have to be soon. Ooh. Destroy each non-land permanent with mana value X or less. Karn Silex is pretty strong. Now that's a good play. What is this? X tap. So it could be X3 or less. So if I put out Elspeth, that's pretty good defensive strategy because they might wait to try to get Elspeth. Alright, so I gotta think value here because I know that there's a high chance that these two will get removed from Karn Silex. I'm gonna put it on Virtuoso, Lifelink, and just get as big of a difference in life totals as I can. So, down to 14 for them, up to 24 for us. And I'm gonna pass just so I don't have to discard any cards. I'll play them next turn if he does use Karn Silex. Four mana open. Got Faithful Mending on the side, so they could draw. Ooh, Faithful Absence. That hurts. But that means they can't use Karn Silex. Okay.
Try not to give up hope.
Now I could tap 2 to draw a card, but that's not as valuable as me just burning 1 off the top and being able to use it. So I'm just going to pass, take my turn. I'll wait to play land until I check first with Facebreaker. We're looking for Angel Fire, so I can dig 3 deep for that. I'll keep digging. One more. I'm gonna do it. Angel Fire, baby. Yes! That's what I'm talking about. Don't forget to smash that like button, baby. Let's see. Alright, well, let's see what we can do with that. Play my land. Angel Fire. Definitely going to be on Virtuoso. Hopefully there's no counter. Didn't look like there was a counter. I'll get rid of Adversary for now. Well, I'll get rid of Benalia, because I'm going to play the other Benalia. Gonna get 2 more tokens, be rocking and rolling. Alright, I think we have guaranteed that this game, because even if he does Karn Silex for 3, he'll have 2 mana open if he plays a land max. And I don't think that that's going to give him much to work with. Because I could just discard a land. Benalia stays. Don't do that, huh? Alright. Discard a land. And, yeah, those are gone. 2 mana open. That's it. We got that one, baby. Excellent. That's what I'm talking about. Alright, that was a good first one. We'll keep rolling. Hopefully with those bans we'll see a whole bunch of new stuff, because some decks were just dependent upon Invoke Despair. Some of them were, and it was very annoying, in all honesty, that they could just wait, counter, wait, destroy the board state. Now it's mid to late game, and it was very easy for somebody to do that. This, I guess I'll keep. Because I'm 1 planes away from Paragon. That means there's only 6 lands left in the deck that I don't want to see, but Blaststone is also good against mono red. And we would just need 1 more land of anything for that. We've also got our lifelink. Indestructible early game if we see blue or black as the lands that our opponent has. I'm going to keep that. It's a weird keep, but I'm going to keep that. Plains. Oh, we're going to Lesnia. So, I think we do Benalia anyway. Kami of Transience. 2-drop 2/2. Whenever an enchantment went to the graveyard, you can return Kami to your hand with no cost. And it's 2/2 trample that gets a +1/+1 every time you cast an enchantment spell. So, pretty big staple. I mean, shoot, I want to play this now. I have a feeling they'll do ossification, some sort of early removal. I could attack just for the sake of attacking. I'm going to do that because they're most likely going to play an enchantment. They're not going to block. It's just going to take 2. And if they do block, good for us, but yeah. Selesnya deck for sure. They've got 2 dualies in a forest. Playing the Naturalist, so enchantment spells are 1 less each. That's also a pretty big staple in that deck. Could expect to see Calyx. Expect to see the, I think it's a 4-drop. If you have 7 enchantments, they all get flying. This you sometimes see. You don't always see this. On lore 1 and 2, you get a +1/+1 to a creature equal to the number of enchantments. So we'll see a +1/+1 here. Oh, actually 2. Sorry for that. So that'll be a 6/6 trample. I'll take the 6, no problem. Yep. They are not likely to block this. So I'm thinking, well, actually, I know I said in my last video that this deck is prone to 2-drops. You'll see they have all 2-drops. So I could beef up Blast Zone 1, just hope to draw a land and take care of that problem. Either way, I want to swing out just to get some life, or at least swing with Adversary. We'll play it by ear. Ooh. I could do Benalia and list Adversary to scry 2, and that way we have a little bit better idea if we're getting a land or not. I think that's what I do. Now it's not lifelink. Nice. There's a land. We'll move Adversary out of the way. Cool. I like that. That's cool. Alright, opponent's going to hit me for, I want to say 8. At least 8. Couple ways I can do this. I can either go for the Depop, but look, they just played another 2-drop. And hopefully they have more like the 2-drop dog, that kind of stuff, so that I can put 1 on Blast Zone and get rid of all of them. Ooh, yeah. I think that's the move. We'll get hit for a lot here. 11, 12. Ooh. If they play 1 more, we're toast. Oh, that's game. Good game. We didn't get the lands we needed early on. That probably shouldn't have been a keep, but that'll be just enough. Yeah. Well, 1 more. But yeah. That's tough. So next turn, I would have done the Blast Zone up 1. Played the 4th land, sacked the Blast Zone, get rid of all of the 2-drops except for Benalia, because I would have sacked something to make it indestructible. But that's, of course I'm having fun. But that's a tough one. Gotta get those lands. Running it back. still probably not a keep. I mean, we just did this last time. Let's maul. That's definitely a keep. We got our combo move. I'll keep Elspeth, 1 Illuminator, and just hope for the best. With blue, I'm going to put out Guardian first just to see. Spell Pierce for 2 or Spell Pierce for 1? No, consider. Okay. Actually, I think Spell Pierce is not a creature. I'll have to double check that one. Two drop 1/3 tap out an island only to cast instant or sorcery or a kicked spell. Have not seen this in a deck. We'll have to keep an eye open for what that means. Graveyard's at 1, so if they're playing the Jin, the mono blue thing, keep that in mind. They are tapped out, so they can't counter this, and I think they'll see the 2/2 as more of a threat. No attacks and turn. If I can get Angel Fire off, that's great, but I have to hope that they play it turn 3 like a Jin. And it really quickly moved there. I don't know if you saw it when it moves up here from upkeep, main phase 1, combat, main phase 2, end step, cleanup. If it moves really quickly, that's an indication that they don't have anything that they can play. But I don't know. It's worth playing either way, so we'll see. Is that resolved? We'll discard the 2-drop. It immediately went, so I think we're golden there. If they had like the bounce where it returns it to my hand or anything like that, I feel like that would have paused a little bit right there. Unless they have like the bottom right button, there's a button here that's kind of off screen because of the frame, where it's just like pass, send the turn around. They didn't want to deal with it. Yeah. There we go. Moving back. So it looks like the ranks didn't reset. So we're in diamond right there. So I think I think it's the last day of the month. It is. So if we're getting there, it would have to be today, but it's a long road to climb. Maybe with those banned cards we can make it. Who knows? Not a keep. I guess I have to keep this and just hope that I can keep him. I'll get rid of Facebreaker because we're hoping to see a mountain. But I'll play Illuminator turn 2, turn 3, hope to use Lauren's Escape to fetch the lands that I need. Looks like we hit it anyway, so there's our turn 3 if we get to play it. It's a lot of mono black that's just removal, but maybe they'll play Evolved, whatever. No, making us sack. That stinks. Alright, we'll just have to pass the turn, and with mono black, we're looking to get this up to 4. That would be our first stop. Alright, we got it at 2, so we're making good headway with that. They'll probably remove... Oh, it has to be non-land. So if they remove Angel Fire, that's best for us, because we can still play it later. Elspeth, that hurts the most, yeah. Alright. Sheldred or Obliterator. Dang, they're gonna get rid of the board wipe for sure. Alright, well, we got up to 3, so we're almost at 4. That makes sense to me. Alright, we got the 2/2 out. I can discard a card, tap it to give it indestructible, so that's probably the best card to have early game against mono black, for me. Alright. This sound is getting pretty nuts here. Let's turn that down. Alright. My turn. I kind of want to do Angel Fire, but I can't do Lawrence Escape. I can still discard. Yeah, just to try to get in there with some damage. And at least this way, I can still discard Lawrence Escape to give it indestructible. I just can't scry. And scrying is so useful. You're gonna make me discard a card, bro? Alright, Lawrence Escape's gone. Oh, that's spicy. It'll create a target that they'll have to answer. So I'll put out Illuminator. Swing with 4/4. And just like that, they're down to 12. So if they swing, somehow, maybe if they beef it up and swing, try to get in some damage, then we can win this next turn. All depends on what they do. Destroy each creature with power 2 or less. Each opponent sacrifices a creature they control with the highest. Yikes. Okay, so we lose that. That stinks. Destroy each creature with power 2 or less, so Illuminator's gone. And then I have to sack. So there's no point in discarding to try to make that indestructible, because it's gone. Oof. Mono black. Just delay of game. That's all that is. I will play my land, and next turn, hopefully that stays out and we can do something. Otherwise, we'll have to spend the rest. Oh, of course, sack creature. Yikes. Alright, that's the 5-drop Sheldred, though. So I'll need to look at how to solve that. Now, if I play Sarah and they flip Sheldred, then it's destroy creature. So that's not helping me. I'll need to put Blast Zone up to 5 and just take whatever Raven hits until then. So even if Sheldred flips, I can remove that from the board and that's not a problem. And since we're at 5 mana, if we draw an Illuminator, we will be in a good spot. Oh, I think I discard 2 when that happens. Oh no, that's the next turn, but we ended up having to discard it anyway with Nezumi. That's something. Not what I want to see, but it's something. And the rest are 2 drops. Okay, so each opponent discards 3 cards, then mills 3 cards. I don't know. The mill doesn't necessarily hurt me, but I do want to get rid of that before it's an issue. So I can get rid of the 5-drop, but I also need to worry about Blast Zone number 1 cranking that up to a 2. And if I put Adversary out before I get to use that, that hurts me too. We'll just play it turn by turn. Let's get rid of Sheldred. I don't like that card. Not feeling it. Next turn. We're at 22. They're at 12. A little bit of a difference. They got 7 open mana. So Corrupt is a card that they could use. Deal 7 damage, gain 7 life. It's equal to damage and life gain is equal to the number of swamps they control. So we'd want to look out for that. Dang, okay, and they just returned Sheldred to their hand, so, oh, that's probably what they're gonna do. That's gonna hurt. I could draw a board wipe, that would help, but that's very rare. We are just losing our hand left and right here. This is not good. Also not good. We will pump this up 1. Because playing that's not really going to help me. Most of their stuff is removal. They could play Sheldred, remove it. So playing Facebreaker doesn't help me there. And he gone. It's that easy. Ugh. Good amount of damage there. We are at 8. They're at 15. It's getting spicy. I want to play Sarah Paragon, but there's no point. What does this do? Tap. Activate only as a sorcery. Might as well do it now. It only gets rid of those 3. It gives us another turn, maybe. If they play Sheldred, and we can't even do a board wipe at this point. They're playing it smart. They got well, never mind. They have enough to do lethal. There's no point in playing Sheldred, but I understand why they did. Sometimes you just want to ensure your board state. That's it. Good game. But, yikes. That discard was intense. I bet you they're playing Liliana as well. When an opponent plays cards that say sack a creature, it doesn't matter if they're indestructible, so don't waste anything on that. What you want to do is find some way to give yourself hexproof. So when it says target opponent sacks a creature, you can't be targeted, and they're not their own opponent, so it just fizzles out there. It's kind of hard to do that. There are some cards that do it. There's like the 3-drop that gains life. It just adds another hurdle to them, and most of the stuff they have is like destroy this and then opponent sacks a creature, so it's just tough to play around altogether. So with all of that, Mono Black also had Invoke Despair, which was disgusting. It was almost impossible to play against that. We will keep grinding. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Helps the channel. Fairly new one and a free-to-play player. So everything you see me playing with, something I opened or something I got in draft. I do not like seeing this. I mean, it's close to playable. About half the hand is playable, but the rest is kind of on a whim. I'm gonna mull. Keep that. Discard the high CMC and roll with that. I've got 2 tap lands unless I have another one. Ooh, never mind. Start with the plains. We are playing a diamond, tier 1. 2 plains probably means this is going to get removed with lay down arms or ossification. Those are the 2 popular ones right now, at least this early in the game. There's also Elspeth's Smite, but that does 3 damage, so that's not necessarily something that we would see. Cathar Commando, 2-drop flash, 3/1. You can pay 1, sack it to destroy a target artifact or enchantment. I have this on my sideboard. So what you would want to do with Cathar is block something with it, then pay 1, sack, and destroy something. There's the lay down arms. We thought that was going to happen. We'll keep sending stuff out, trying to get through that removal. And if I can, turn 4, Paragon, turn 5, land, pull Illuminator from the graveyard, and then play Angel Fire, but I just remembered he got exiled, so that's not going to happen. Siege Veteran, +1/+1 counter every turn. Interesting. Alright, well I could do Paragon. Let's make sure Facebreaker gets in there. No way they double block that. No way. Sweet, and so next turn we get to dig a little bit. I'm really hoping to see Illuminator now, because that would be great. Duelist, okay. Gets to draw a card. Whenever one or more +1/+1 counters are put on this, draw a card. It only triggers once a turn. So they're going to draw an extra card every turn with that situation. Hopefully they got their land. Looks like they're falling behind on land. Second main. Land time. No, they didn't get a land. That is rough. They've got a good amount of 2-drops. So I could start looking at Blast Zone to get that going. Let's sack this guy first and see what we get. A Blast Zone. So we'll play that one instead. I could put a counter on it. I could probably put a counter on it after I swing with Angel Fire. I don't see them team blocking. They kind of want that situation. They've got no lifelink, so that makes it a little bit tough for them. If they had lay down arms, they probably would have done that on Facebreaker, so. I'll end the turn, see what they do on their turn, and I guess the end of this one. They can do Caither Commando, destroy the token. Really? That's what you're gonna do? Alright, well. I will sack it to put one on here. And so that'll help me get rid of the Duelist, which is allowing their extra draw. So that's probably more of a target than the Siege Veteran. Wow, they had lay down arms. Maybe they just drew it. But here we go. We need some board wipes. Alright, we're down to 25. And we got a board wipe. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Yeah. Board wipe. Alright, so they built up a little bit of a something there. Flashed in a 3-1. Got a 1-1 when the Siege Veteran left, I believe is what happened there. Whenever another non-token soldier dies, create a 1-1. So that's what happened there. I will play Sarah Paragon, and then if I can... Oh, that's right, he got exiled. I got nothing to play there. Instant speed removal. It's waiting on them. So, I mean, they could sack Caither Commando. Maybe that's what it's waiting on. Wandering Emperor. So they just want tokens at this point. That's all I can tell that they're trying to do. But probably should have waited for me to swing. But I do have Angel Fire in the graveyard. Maybe that's what they were going for. Oh, Caither, huh? Alright, so let's go ahead and get Blast Zone up 1. We'll be able to handle that next turn. Play and swing with Angel Fire to get rid of Wandering Emperor. Because she gone right now. She gone. Gonna hit me for 6. Down to 15. Might even be 7. Down to 14. Depends if they put the +1 counter or not with the Wandering Emperor. No? Yes? No? No? Alright, that'll be 7.
I have got new moves to teach you.
And I will be able to gain 5? I want to say 5. So I will get rid of the 3-drop. I'll be taking Sarah back. Thank you. Unless you can make it indestructible. Could not. Sweet. Yeah, might as well play the Blast Zone back. Just to get the land out of the graveyard while I can. 5, Flying Vigilance, Trample Haste, Indestructible, all that fun stuff. And now she gone. Back up to 19. I got a solid blocker right here. They've got 3 cards in hand, and they're at 10 life. That's a 2-turn clock, unless they can do something about it. They just flashed in another Catholic Commando, so 3 cards in hand, 5 lands. Do they got a land? 2 cards in hand, 6 lands. What's the move? They got something. They're hovering over Paragon a lot. I have a feeling we're going to lose her. Archangel Elspeth. They're going to flash in a token. Or not flash in a token. Make a lifelink token, I think. I think it's lifelink. 1/1 white soldier token with lifelink. No, 2 +1/+1 counters on the flying vigilance now. Because it is considered an angel and it got flying. I'll play another land because I keep getting this. You always have either too little or too much with the lands. That's the way the game goes. Alright, now she gone. I got trample. So she's gone, so's the token. That was actually really good for us. And I guess I'll start working on those commandos now. I'll put 1 more on Blast Zone, get ready to knock that out next turn. And that guy. Yes, please. This is the best part about Blast Zone. A lot of people don't realize the CMCs of their cards when they build the deck, and some of them don't see that their curve is all 1 number, and that's where Blast Zone really helps you win some matches. Sweet. I will go ahead and just get rid of that. They're all gone. That's not a problem for me anymore. Might as well play the Blast Zone from my hand. Guardian of New Benalia. 7 over the top. Oh, got me with the Emperor. Alright, well that kind of stinks, but we're making some progress here.
You'll be safe.
Didn't have anything to play from the graveyard really except for lands, so I'm not mad. Just disappointed. Frustration. Another valiant veteran. Why not? Yeah. Well, let's see. What is she at? She's a 4-drop. I'll bump it up to 2. Make it a 3/3 first strike? Perhaps? Alright, it is 12 to 28. They chose not to swing. Interesting choice. Now, I just got a really awesome card for this situation. Kind of helps me solve all that problem. It's going to cost 4 to tap. And then I'll need another land out, which means I'll lose Guardian of New Benalia. That's interesting. Do I wait another turn? I can only use Urza's Silex as sorcery speed. They've gone through how many Caether Commandos? 1, 2, 3. They've only got 1 more in the deck. Maybe we get it in another turn. I don't know. That's kind of tough. I'm at 28 though. We're going to try. I'm going to keep the card in hand so I can keep Benalia alive when I do Urza's Silex. For now, I can get Blast Zone up to 4 to deal with Wandering Emperor or another Elspeth, because it looks like they're running probably 4 of each of those. We'll wait. We'll do it instant speed. We don't want to tap out all our mana now, just because it's better to have open mana. If you're untapped, they're unsure about what they're going to do. So that's kind of where you want to be. I want to see what this is. There's Elspeth. Fantastic. Now I know that's a safe move. And in all honesty, if you see Urza's Silex like that, and you're in this situation, build your hand up. Don't play everything.
So long as I am by your side.
I'm going to get rid of everything here in a second. It says it on the card. It's on the board state. So when I tap 4 and tap Urza Silex, it gives me the option to pay 2. And if I do, I get to pull a Planeswalker from my deck. So I'm going to pull Elspeth and eliminate everything, and we each get to only pick 6 lands. So I think that hurts me a little bit more than them, because, yeah, they only have 6 lands. But it's a really great way to even up the board.
Show them how we greet our enemies.
Go ahead and hit me for 4. I'm not wasting that card, and that allows me to draw something that I could use. That's something I could use. Absolutely. So, what I will do, instead of doing Blast Zone for 4, I'll keep that as one of my 6, so there'll be 4, 5, 6, get rid of the mountains, is what I'll do. So, yeah, we'll do that. Sometimes this gets a little iffy when you declare to do something. So, I could do full control, or because it doesn't matter if I swing or not in this situation, I'll just do this now. So, she's good. Activate. Pay 2. Get Elspeth. Now it's going to ask me to pick 6 lands. Cool. And to me, that's a much better play.
None will be spared.
And so I should be able to just run through my opponent at this point, I'm guessing. That's it. What's up? What's up? We're doing alright. So far, the only deck we're getting hung up on is the mono black decks. So I'll have to find some way to get around that. Some specific removal. More hexproof. Lauren's Escape's great, but it's on the spells that hit me that I have to sack a creature. I'm kind of boned. There's only one card I know that I can fit into the deck that gives me hexproof, and that's the 3-drop Angel. That you gain life whenever it's dealt damage. Which is great, because that also gives me hexproof, but it wasn't doing well in the deck. Maybe it's just because those other cards, like Invoke Despair was hitting it, a lot of stuff was hitting it, I don't know. Maybe we put that back in. Well, we'll figure it out. Alright, this is a keep. Definite keep. Alright, we see a swamp, so first thing we're going to do is play Benalia. And just anticipate the removal already. Here it comes. Ooh, see... that's another thing where having that 3-drop is amazing, because it says target player sacks a creature. So if I had hexproof, you wouldn't be able to do that, and that wouldn't be a problem. But unfortunately, they can.
Haven't you ever heard
actually, even better, if I had hexproof and they played that and did the ability, then they would have to target themselves. And have to sack one of theirs because they need to hit a target, and if I'm not an eligible target, it doesn't say opponent, it says target player. They would have to sack one from theirs, which is hilarious. Alright, yeah, we just go Virtuoso and hope they don't have removal, which they probably do. Four drop. Karn Silex, so they could do a cut down.
drop it?
Guess I get rid of take up the shield. Yeah. And we got a plains, baby. Oh man, well, they're probably gonna try to get rid of it with Urza's Silex, and I can get rid of Liliana with the 2 damage here. So I'm not gonna beef him up. I'm just gonna get rid of her.
Fine.
See what my opponent does. Maybe they got another Liliana. If they do, that sucks. And I hate that. Alright. Sack the Stinger to draw 2 cards and lose 2 life. Okay. Now, I believe they played a land. So maybe they're trying to remove it? Now, this says each opponent sacks a non-creature token. So if I had hexproof, doesn't matter. I would still have to sack. So keep that in mind if that's the route you're playing. There's plenty of stuff like this, which makes me not want to play that 3-drop where you get hexproof. Even though there's a lot of situations where it's beneficial, like I just explained with Liliana, this is one of those situations where you, like I said, you just boned. Yeah, he gone. Alright. Does this say destroy? It does. So I can keep him alive and take up the shield. And that's gonna... I need to keep him out for a turn. Preferably responding to some sort of removal. Like this. Yep. Saw that coming. Now I also get to draw a card and take a look here. We'll get rid of one of the board wipes because there's just so much on the board right now. Sweet 3/3 double strike, lifelink, indestructible. And they got 1 open mana. Oh, we hit them. We hit them hard right here. I'll get rid of that. It's a 5-drop. I don't have double mountain. 12. They're down to 6. They have to answer that. They're going to use the Silex if they don't have anything else. And then hopefully I can use Paragon to swing over and pull stuff back. Do I have anything else? We got plenty of creatures in the graveyard. Karn Silex again? What is going on? Target opponent exiles a creature. So if they played this and I had hexproof, nothing would happen. I'm on plains. Plains. It's an island, whatever, that might help. This way I could try to keep her alive for a turn. We're so close to getting this opponent out of here. For 4, they'd have to tap 5. No, 4 tap. Leaves 3 open. Do they have removal or does it resolve? I think they have removal. No, they don't. Excellent. And we got Elspeth coming up. That's what I'm talking about. Whoo, hang in there, girl. Alright. Elspeth it is. +1/+1 counter.
Point me towards the fight. I'm ready. I know these are
I don't think they have any haste, so we'll just go lifelink instead of vigilance. If I had Facebreaker out, I would have put First Strike on there just to start getting extra tokens, that kind of stuff. 2 life, my opponent. Do they have removal? Oh, she gone. Planeswalker removal. They're going to hit the Planeswalker for 2. Great. Love to see it. That should do it. All we need to do is find a creature. Sweet. Let's go Adversary because it's more damage. I will decline. Give it haste. And that's it for that one. There you go. Ah. We're kind of climbing. Just kinda. Of course I'm having fun. Stop asking me. Nice. Any packs? No packs. I'm doing alright on time. Probably fit a couple more in. I'm going to keep that. Just because I really like the turn 2, turn 3 Illuminator face breaker kind of thing. And hopefully we draw another land. Come on. Come on. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Give me a land, baby. Give me a land. No land. That's all right. Plenty of illuminator and face breaking. Probably do. Well, I guess I have to do illuminator turn 2. Try to get draw scry action for turn 3. If I don't get a land, try to fetch that. Look at those sleeves. Oh, what? You can't really see it, but it's Elspeth just impaling Elish Norn. I'll try to show you over here. Those are some nice sleeves. Might pick me up a pair or a set of those, whatever you call that. Oh. Oh no, you got one. My illuminator. What's going on here? There we go. Alright, they go behind me. They got rid of one of them. For now. Another one. They'll probably get rid of the next one. I don't know. Okay. Just get rid of all my options, I see. You monster. Lay down arms for real? That sucks. So we miss our land drop, and they're probably just going to keep doing more of the same. Land for turn. Gobakon? Remove? No? Okay, alright. Face breaker time. Get in there. What can they do? Oh, they can do that. That's one token. Here's another one. There we go. We're going to dig for that Angel Fire. Keep him alive with Lauren's Escape if we can. Thank you. Haven't seen anybody do that combo but me, but I think it's amazing. Turn 6. Or, we got 6 mana. We've caught up to them just because of that. Yep, we're just gonna see what we can get. And this is why I didn't like the Gobakons in my deck. I mean, I liked them. They were great. Love the card. The whole indestructible hexproof +1/+1 counter. It's really awesome. But turn 2 Gobakon, I get to see what's happening, but I'm still getting hit for so much, so. And my real turn 2 should be Illuminator. Like, I absolutely want that turn 2. This is interesting. These are the ones that go away this turn. These two I can play because they're Gobakon. So I guess I'll do a take up the shield here on Virtuoso, draw a card, see what's up. I'll get rid of the board wipe. I could still use Lauren's Escape, so I'll just swing in with this. They've had enough. They can't take it. Haha. Alright, we'll keep rolling. That's it? Oh, the rankings ended. No. Ah, that means we gotta climb all the way. Oh, man. Ah, well, that's okay. Because the cream always rises to the top. Yo, I'll take 5 packs though, for real. Let's see what we got. Constructed. We went up. Limited placement down. I am unsure about what that means. I thought limited Oh, limited might have been the arena one, the arena open that we played. And last time I checked with draft, we only drafted enough to be in silver. I don't think we got platinum, but that's interesting. I'll take a look at that real quick. Malicious malfunction. All creatures get -2/-2 until end of turn. If a creature would die, exile instead. It's a 3-drop. That's kind of useful. -2, minus number is pretty good, because if I have something that's indestructible, but you make it -/, that does get rid of it. Think of it like -1/-1 counters, if you're familiar with that. Same thing. So, something to think about. But if I have something indestructible, if it would get reduced to 0, it just doesn't. Or reduced below 0, it doesn't. Whatever. It's a little confusing, but -1/-1 counters, that'll get through your indestructible. So just remember that. Let's see. So events. Okay, so our drafts, that's what it was talking about for the bronze. So that's the limited. The drafts, all that stuff back down there. We'll have to bring that back up. But the constructed gold, I don't know what constructed we had other than the sealed arena open that was like a week or so ago. That was a good video. If you haven't seen that, check that out. The arena open day 2, not so hot, but still fun. Alright, let's open these packs. We got another rare here. So we got 8 rares, 1 mythic now. That's awesome. Quintorius Lore Master, 3/5 Vigilance. This card's pretty sweet in draft if you get this, pull it. 3, Boros and 1 other, tap, sack a spirit you have, choose target card exiled with Quintorius, and you can cast that card without paying its mana cost. So that's pretty cool. You'd have to have non-creature spells in your deck when you use it. So in a draft, that's not as much as you think you would have. And then at the beginning of your end step, exile a non-creature, non-land from your graveyard, create a 3/2 red and white spirit creature token. So you're creating the tokens that you can sack to replay the spells that you've already played. So it adds just a bunch of resilience to your strategy. What else we got? Invasion of Kaldheim. Pretty solid card. 4-drop. Probably see this in a mono red. Basically, you're going to discard your hand, draw that many cards. Until your next turn, you can play that hand. And discard a land, deals 2 damage to any target. Whenever you discard a land, exile the top card of your library, you can play that card this turn. So it allows you to play a bunch of spells, but you're limited on how much mana you have. So if you played this on turn 4, if you're a mono red, you're playing stuff for 1 CMC, 2 CMC, and if you're not playing stuff, you probably have land to pitch, and that's more burn damage for you. It says any target. So you probably see this in like the mono red dragons. Well, mono red burn / dragons. There's only so many dragons you can use in mono red right now. So if you mix those, you get a little bit of a late game and a really strong early game. Probably something you could do with mono red. Realmbreaker, the Invasion Tree, 3-drop, 2 tap, target opponent mills 3 cards. Put a land card from their graveyard onto the battlefield under your control, and if it leaves the battlefield, exile it instead. The bigger part of this is 10 tap, sacrifice it, search your library for any number of Praetor cards, and put them onto the battlefield. So stupid. Of course, it is 10, so that's not overpowered. That's just, if that's on the board and you can't answer that, and you let that happen, that's like, you didn't build a good enough deck to get around that. Or, you know, draft. That could be an awesome draft way to win. A Monastery Mentor on the side. Love that card. And what do we get for the main? An old Urobrask. Oh, this is the old one. So this is 5-drop, 4/4. My creatures get haste. Yours enter the battlefield tapped. Really great way to swing the game. I always felt that they had this CMC way too high. I didn't really see anybody playing this that much back then because of that. But still cool card. Love the artwork. I think that looks cool. Borborgimos and can't pronounce that. 6/5, enters the battlefield or attacks, draw a card. Then you may discard any number of land cards. When you discard one or more this way, deals twice that much damage to target creature. That's where it sucks, because if it was player, that could be good. For 1 island and 1 colorless, pumpable, put Boros and into its owner's library third from the top. I don't know why that's pumpable. It seems kind of useless. I mean, if you go to do that and somebody tries to destroy it, you can pay it again to put that another instance of that ability on the stack to just kind of keep getting around removal if you really wanted to. But put it into its owner's library third from the top. What value does that give you? It's almost none. Third from the top, like maybe if it was on the top, you might be able to find value in that, but that's even weird because you know what you're getting next turn, and drawing is very important. So drawing something you already have doesn't seem like a strong move. And plus, if it's third from the top and you're playing mono black, they're gonna be like, "Oh, can't wait to make the mill that." That doesn't seem strong. That was cool though. I really like that. Really happy to see that they updated the banned card list because those cards were very dumb. I was not a fan of playing against Invoke Despair, so hopefully the climb is a bit easier. Didn't make it this month. I highly doubt that I'll be able to climb all the way into Mythic by the end of today. So that'll do it for this video. Thanks for watching. I do appreciate it. As always, watch these games, get those gains, and walk those planes. Until next time, Decades. Keep it easy.